Okay, I was shuffling and I just started hearing messages, so we're just gonna rip right into this. I keep hearing channelers, sorry. I keep hearing channelers, channeling. You're downloading something. There's something in your life that your intuition is trying to tell you or is about to tell you. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do a reading about, apparently. You are either a channeler or you are channeling something about your life. But I'm also hearing about the collective consciousness. So many of you may identify as light workers, starseeds, third wave, visionary types. This message is for you. So if that sounds like you, stick around. I'm really curious to see what Spirit is trying to tell us at this time, given that it is mentioning, I heard wayward channelers. So there may be some of you who are channeling something and you're either not heeding the advice or your ego is distracting you or there's some kind of hindrance to your intuition at this time. So we're going to look at that as well. And other than that, just see what else wants to come through today for whoever is seeing this. If you are seeing this, this is meant for you. And if it's not, you can leave. Not everything's going to be for everyone, and that's okay. Actually, I want to start with this deck. This I Spy Oracle deck by Adept Tarot. Okay, Spirit, what do you want to tell this group of intuitives? What are they channeling? What do they need to know about what they're channeling? Or what are they going to channel? What's going on? What's the tea, Spirit, sis? Channeling Spirit. Yes, we're channeling Spirit. Okay. I just heard the blue gateway. What is that? The blue wave? Throat chakra activation, perhaps? There's a wave. Ooh, there's a wave of channelers opening up. Very interesting what just revealed itself. Cancer, blue wave, talking about the ocean, collective consciousness. Water works through consciousness works through water. Water works through consciousness. How about that? Portal, threshold, hello. Gemini, network, collective, and gold, attracting. Whoa. Yeah, this blue wave. Okay, so this is what I'm channeling, is that there is a blue wave that, okay, and I'm being brought to the indigo theory. So some people are indigos. This group is the blue wave. I've never heard about this before. I don't, if anyone else has heard anything of the sort about the blue wave or a blue wave or whatever, any theories, anything, drop them in the comments, please. There is this blue wave of, I'm hearing ancestral ocean beings, deeply ancestral, oceanic. It's a network. It's a network of light workers. They're grid workers. They're working through the consciousness of water. That is why it's called the blue wave. That's why we have Cancer here and Gemini. It's a network. It's a network of not even light workers, water workers. So you may have a lot of water in your chart. You're very attracted to water. You're very connected to water. You're very connected. This is a group that's very connected to the divine feminine, okay? We also have attracting. We have portal. So there's also a lot of these beings coming through the portal right now. So I think a lot of these people in the blue wave, I know what people say about indigos. That's not what I'm talking about. I feel like this is something different that I've never heard about before that I'm just channeling right now. I think there's a lot of blue wavers in the millennial group, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. So they're still being born. This swarm. I don't know what I just heard. That word came in really weird. This wave of beings incarnating, they're still coming in. They're still coming through the portal, but also whoever I'm talking to, you're attracting a portal to you, walking through the portal towards a new network of beings. So some of you may have recently been destabilized or had to walk away from jobs, networks, communities, friendships, friend groups, deeper relationships, family members. There's some sort of shift happening in your network, your system. Okay, you may be entering a different scene. I'm hearing like, I'm hearing globally. Yeah, this is a global network of beings, and these beings are gonna start finding each other, is what I'm hearing. They're gonna start attracting each other. I'm being pulled to a reel, I think it was a reel or a YouTube short I saw yesterday where someone, and this video literally only had, it was a YouTube short, and she only had like 50 likes on this video. And what she said was so simple and so profound. She said, what if you were attracting, or what if, I'm going to butcher this now. It was basically like, what if you had to walk away because they're attracting you? It's like when we perceive loss, what if we're actually being pulled somewhere else? So there's this portal that is attracting you, like pulling you towards it. And it's something that's going to match your value and worth. There is abundance in this gateway. I just heard the 5th gateway. What is that? What's the 5th chakra? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the throat. The 5th wave. This group operates from the throat chakra. So I think indigos, it's crown. This is third eye throat. These are the blue workers, the blue beings. What are the blue beings? If you know anything about this, please put it in the comments so I can research it. I'm going to do my own research later too, but just like, I would love to hear from you if you know anything about what I'm talking about, because I've downloaded a lot of things that I didn't know were real things. And then people told me like, oh yeah, that's a theory. I have a whole book on it. And then they show me the book and I'm like, okay, collective consciousness. That's what it is. This group has access to information that they are meant to relay through the throat chakra. First quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah, I did say that there's something like your intuition's trying to download perhaps, but there's a block for some reason, an ego block. Yeah. This is part of an ego death, I'm hearing. And, you know, true ego death can only happen when we physically die. When it happens within life, it's still a death, but it's a deep transformation of the alchemical. It's an alchemical transformation. New moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. See, there's something you're meant to do that's of service to the world with that Virgo energy. And you're attracting the right network is the thing. You're attracting the right like environment and space and community and collective to serve. You're attracting that right now. So you're at the precipice of a portal where I feel like you're being guided towards something, and there's so much abundance and beauty and connection. I just heard sobriety. Maybe some of you are on a sobriety journey, but I think also it's like this has a sobering effect. It's just it's like realer than real. It's so real. It's almost psychedelic how this is all happening, how this is manifesting, and how your life feels on the other side of this transformation. Yeah, I'm hearing turning water into wine and also coal into gold. So that's that alchemical process where there was loss, there is gain. Full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So the full moon in Capricorn is coming up in July, end of June or July during Cancer season. I can't remember exactly. And then the new moon in Virgo, I believe, is in September. So your summer, this keeps coming up in like every reading I do, every astrology forecast I do on Patreon, it keeps coming up that summer is pivotal. These summer months are some of the most transformative months I'm hearing in human history. And it started last summer. So a lot of the things that happened this summer are going to look like last summer, but it's going to come through in a different way because the energy of the old paradigm is clearing out. So there are going to be tests to see if we will try to cling to the old cycle or walk through this portal. If we are committed to our visions and manifestations and our path of service as a part of the blue wave, whatever that is, then we will let go of the old and fully step into the new. And a lot of this is happening from consciousness. And yeah, my stomach just like started doing flips. So I know for me, like this is triggering. This is triggering for me. You may get direct examples in your life of choices of, are you going to feed energy into the old, or are you going to start moving it to the new? You will have literal, tangible, we have Capricorn and Virgo here, tangible examples that is gonna feel like a test. But these tests are coming from you, from your own subconscious mind of, are you ready? Are you ready to step through this portal? It's okay if you're not. You'll just try again next year. It's not a big deal. There's no right or wrong, okay? There's really no right or wrong on the soul level, okay? But I do feel like a lot of you are on a really rich soul path. Like you are here on a soul journey, on a spiritual journey. This is more than just having a human experience. It's truly grounding spirit into the human experience, which not many have done, but more are starting to do. And this group of blue wavers, I'm literally seeing people wave. It's meant to be shared. It's meant to be communicated. And this service has so much to do with the divine feminine. This is a very nurturing energy, a very supportive energy, but it's also really fierce and mysterious and dark. There's a lot of depth and complexity to this group of beings, but also there's a rich inner child-like experience and demeanor. And that's what people really love about you. And that's what attracts people to you, is your inner child-like energy. Like you're someone who's never gonna get old. You're always gonna have this youthfulness, this like inner child, playful energy. It doesn't mean you don't have other parts of you that maybe are more cynical. I know there's a lot of Capricorns being attracted to my channel. But that's the thing. Even if you are a Capricorn, like that is a part of the Capricorn cycle, is like aging in reverse. Usually Capricorn suns are born, or Capricorn ascendants are born or moons, whatever, Capricorn energy. It kind of starts more serious and gets more playful over time. Like that's kind of the stereotype, is like Capricorn children will be kind of the serious ones, but then they'll like kind of age in reverse and have a lot more fun later in life. And maybe that's for you too, is you're someone who maybe you feel like you haven't really found your way yet, and you're kind of wondering like, well, is it too late for me? No, it's not. No, it's not. And this is why Spirit is preserving you, keeping you young. You know what I mean? Like, so you can have fun at whatever age. So you can start this thing at whatever age is right for you. Yeah, this is something, there's something coming through that you're meant to create and protect and share. This is a creative baby. This is a business or a project or a piece of art or an album of music or whatever. It's something that you're meant to share that is going to take you from, I'm hearing rags to riches, to be honest. Like, this is a path of sharing your healing journey and your process of how you got through tough challenges, and your service is like coming from those challenges. Like, what you are going to give could only be created out of these challenges. So it's a time to also honor the pain and honor the challenges. I heard honor the practice of forgiveness, honor the practice of forgiveness, and regret. Okay, no need for regret. All right, you're right on time. You're right on time. You're on time to give. This is the time to give rather than take. You are on time to step into service and to be the most authentic version of you now. You're nurturing you. Really, you're nurturing you. You're healing you. And it's attracting a portal, a threshold. You're on the precipice of this. You're standing right in front of it, and you'll know when to walk through, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing on the new moon. Maybe the new moon in Virgo. Yeah, Cancer energy and Gemini. Gemini and Cancer are both connected to the moon. Gemini, it's more the moon phases from, every 2 to 3 days it changes signs. Whereas Cancer is more the monthly moon cycle of like, new moon, full moon. So probably people here, maybe Capricorns, but also very lunar. And just be, you're attracted to fantasy and romance and beauty, and, it's like this rose energy, and it has its thorns. You have to, learn your boundaries. All these kind of Cancer, Gemini lessons of friendship and networking and pleasure, and the Capricorn is the pain. All right, no more yapping. 6 of Pentacles. I just heard waiting for your sentence and waiting for release. Oh my God. I don't even think you realize that you passed. You already passed a test. A karmic lesson has been completed. Some of you are starting a new contract. Some of you are releasing a contract. Either way, this is the end of a karmic challenge point. Awaiting your sentence, awaiting release. Some of you still feel like you're in the middle of a conflict. It's in the process of being balanced out or weighed out. So I am getting it like in a relationship setting, this could be like a no contact period. In a job setting, this could be waiting to hear back from an employer about a raise. If this is about a literal judicial issue, you could literally be waiting to hear back on your sentence, or I don't know how that shit works, but like a verdict has been reached, I heard. Waiting for severance? Someone's waiting for severance pay? Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know much about the real world. I know more about the spirit world. Someone's waiting for severance pay or like workers' comp or something. So it's like a verdict has been reached. You're just waiting to get paid out. Oh, a decision has been made. You're waiting for results. A decision has been made and you're waiting for payback. You're waiting for the results of that decision. T. I heard giving it to yourself. Giving yourself the closure you need. Walking away is the closure you need to receive your pay, your dues. There's something you're meant to say. I I just heard no more people pleasing. Well, I'm getting a lot of messages like all at once. No more taking breadcrumbs. No more people pleasing. You are making a decision. You are drawing a line. King of Swords. Very similar energy. Yeah, a lot of you right now are in a period where you are alone or you have been alone. You've made some decision you've chosen your independence. You've chosen the verdict. Or the verdict has what is that? The verdict is chosen. Either way, it's like this is a very clear-cut energy. The path has been decided. Okay? I feel like I need to be like really fierce and firm with you. You've made certain decisions. Certain decisions have been made on you. Whether it's in your control or not, the cards are dealt. What are you going to do with it? The Chariot. Woo! I feel that. It's that Cancer energy. Full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches and your commitment is being tested. Don't turn that Chariot around, boo. Don't do it. Don't do it. You made a decision. You took the road less traveled. The unbeaten path. Is that a saying? The beaten path, the unbeaten path. You took your shit and you ran, okay? But like not out of avoidance, out of clarity, out of a decision of what is right for you. The verdict was chosen, okay? Karmically, whether you like it or not, you took on that opportunity for growth and change. Do not turn around now. I feel like I'm here to warn you. You are a part of the blue wave. Wherever you're coming from, whatever you're doing, if this resonates with you, do not turn that ship around. You can't go back, and even if you went back, it wouldn't be the same. I'm hearing simultaneously, it's supposed to be a celebration. It doesn't feel like a celebration. No, it doesn't. That's, I think, some of the waiting that's happening here. There's someone that's like waiting for the payout or like the results of their decision or the decision that was made for them that felt in alignment with their expansion, their higher path, their destiny. And right now it doesn't feel like it. But you know what? It's okay. Right now is time for releasing emotions. Release those feelings. Still clearing things out. I heard not necessarily clearing things out, but gauging what's coming in. Interesting. Yeah, we're still at the threshold. Some of you are still processing some thoughts and feelings from this. Yeah, the Hanged Man. So you feel like you're waiting, like you're stuck, but you're not. This is the sentence. This is the sentence. This comes after the Justice card. This is the punishment. It's not actual punishment, what I'm talking about. But like in the story of the Major Arcana, the Justice card is the point where the, person reaches, the Justice card sends the verdict. The verdict is you are going to be hung up on a tree to gain a new perspective. Okay? I just heard you're being submerged into source energy right now. You are being cleansed from the inside out in this threshold period, okay? This literally is the threshold period. This is the waiting room. This is the liminal space. I'm hearing what's going to happen to me. I know. Yeah, literally at the threshold, in between the old and the new. It couldn't be more clear. Yeah, that's, oh my God. I can't make this shit up. I was hearing a time for healing and the strength card flipped out. It was showing me in reverse. So some of you, I'm going to leave it reversed because you need to recuperate your energy. You're trying too hard to start new shit while you're still processing. You're in the liminal space still. I'm sorry. But you're at the threshold. I think you're really close. You are. And then look, the Hierophant, justice. Literally. A crisis of faith is occurring. Your surrender in this period is going to dictate everything. How much you can surrender. The more you can surrender, the more you can receive, is what I'm hearing. Because Spirit is essentially blocking anything that is not in alignment. Even if you tried to go back right now, if you tried to reverse, do you know how hard you would be blocked? Like for real. Your phone would stop working. Your car would fail. You wouldn't be able to go anywhere. Your bank account would suddenly be cleared. You wouldn't have the funds to go there. Your flight would be canceled. You can't go back. So the deeper you can surrender in this moment, the deeper the rewards. And I'm also hearing the wider that portal gets. It's like a pupil or like the lens of a camera, right? The more relaxed you are, the more your pupil dilates. You know, and then if the light comes in, it's shocked, then it closes. That's kind of what's happening like to your subconscious mind at this time. It's like you get a little shock of the new and then it like wants to close up again. So there's a little bit of a back and forth in your energy, which is why things aren't necessarily moving forward as fast as you want them to. But I'm hearing this is all in perfect timing. You're right on time. You're on time. You're on time. There's no perfect way. There's no perfect path. There's no perfect time. You are right on time. You are receiving the lessons you need. And I'm hearing you're dedicated to Spirit, but you need to remember that Spirit is dedicated to you. Okay? You're not gonna receive, you're not gonna get the go-ahead to walk through the portal until you're ready. Exactly. Still healing. Still healing. That's okay. You don't have the energy to fight for the new right now. You don't have the energy to fight for the old, even though a part of you is trying to. You don't have the energy, the emotional energy, the energy in motion to create, to do, to move forward. You're healing. I'm hearing you're reorganizing. You're being reorganized. We have Virgo and Capricorn here. Hello. Structure, organization. Your energy pattern literally is too disorganized right now to do anything. I'm hearing anything like big, of course, like, or anything real. Like, you can do things, obviously, but like the bigger chapter is not gonna come until you're ready for it energetically, and that's okay. We don't need to rush this. I'm hearing Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter is moving into Leo, I think June 30th, the end of this month, maybe earlier, I can't remember, but Jupiter is moving into Leo, and I'm just hearing that that is going to be a very prosperous time for you. The energy is really going to start to move. So look at which house Leo is in to see where Jupiter is going to be expanding you. King of Pentacles. For a lot of you, it is financial. So we do have Cancer here. We could have a lot of Cancer risings, because if you're a Cancer ascendant, that means that Jupiter's been in your first house, working on your ego, your identity, and your place in the world. And then, because it's being squared by that Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Aries, okay? So probably a lot of changes in your career, your identity, also influencing your relationships, where you live. Literally, the cardinal risings are getting an entire like system overhaul. It just is what it is. All the energy's hitting like that. But if you're specifically a Cancer ascendant, Jupiter in Leo is in your second house. So it's going to be highlighting the area of resources and values. So it's tied to your self-worth, okay? Your service, your skills. Also, of course, money, but also time, energy, focus. Those are all resources too. So it's not just money, but if you do have a Cancer ascendant, you could experience some financial... Ooh, I heard a financial boon, an increase. And look what we get. King of Swords and Ace of Pentacles. I'm hearing receiving the idea, receiving the insight. That's going to be a big part. I mean, we got gold, y'all. The alchemical process of turning salt into gold or something into gold. I don't know exactly what it is from like, you know, the times of alchemy. I don't remember what they were trying to do. They were trying to turn something into gold. And then portal. This is a portal to more abundance, more stability, and it's coming from you and your gifts, your ideas. Your prosperity is tied to your authenticity, I'm hearing. And I feel like some of you have started this journey and you're already ready to give up. And life is giving you challenges to test your faith and how much you can surrender and know that you're being provided for. And I know we live in a society. I know we have bills to pay. I know gas is insanely expensive, at least in the United States. I know. But Spirit's asking to have faith. Do what you gotta do, but don't block your energy with scarcity. Look at this. Look at this. 2 kings, the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles. This is an opportunity to stand up in your life as a leader, as an abundant, prosperous king, okay? Regardless of gender. This is not gender specific. I'm hearing your king energy is a winner. This is manifesting truth. And the truth is the light, and it is attracting money. Not to be materialistic, but that's just how it's coming through, guys. I don't know. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, I can't make this shit up. This is why I do this. 10 of Swords with the 10 of Pentacles in fucking reverse. And the Magician at the bottom of the deck. Do you know what this means? What you left behind was blocking your abundance and your greatest potential as a creator. So if you're like worried that, I'm just gonna give you the example from my own life. I've been living in a state I had been living in a certain state for the past 5 years with a partner. There were a lot of self-worth issues coming up in that time, and I was extremely poor. I was living in a mouse-infested house. There was mouse poop everywhere, especially in the cupboards, like where our dishes and stuff were. Everything in the house was falling apart. It was a really beautiful old house, and I loved the land, the property. I spent every day in the river and I miss the river so much. But there were other things that were being reflected to me of like my own self-worth. And if I had stayed there, I would be blocking my abundance. And I was kind of, I'm not going to get too deep into the story, but what I just want to say is that now that I've left, there's a part of me that's like, oh shit, I left. And now there's just like this lull. There's like this blank space. Because when you move your energy like that, if you leave a job or you move or you leave a relationship, that disorganizes your energetic matrix. All of your energy kind of scatters out and you have to like collect it. So my ego is perceiving this as, because where I was living, I was like performing every weekend as a musician and a DJ. And now I'm not playing gigs. And I'm like, did I totally ruin my music career because I left and now I'm in a different place and I don't, you know, I'm not involved in the scene here. I'm not getting gigs. So like, it's kind of that, it's the thing of like, are you gonna let go of something that's giving you something, but it doesn't quite fit and it's not quite enough? Are you willing to let that go to have an open hand and receive more? But you're not going to know when it's going to come. You're going to have to trust that it's going to come. And I am with you on this. If you're experiencing this in any area of life, letting that go was so scary. Letting go of what you perceived at the time was as much as you could do, but then you were asked to expand and let it go. And you're like, Diva, let it go. For who? For what? Now I have nothing. Now I have nothing. But it's not nothing. What you left was blocking your potential. Your highest timeline and your abundance is elsewhere. I'm sorry. So I'm going to ask now, Spirit, how can we turn, or not how, like, what can you give us just some reassurance that this 10 of Pentacles, I just saw the Chariot flip out, but it didn't, oh, okay, I guess it wants to be out, the Chariot. I'm like, can you ask for some reassurance that we are on the brink of a glow up and an expansion? And then the Chariot comes out again, we get the Chariot twice. I feel like that's all the confirmation we need, but I'm going to ask still if there's any other cards that can come out and just help us and support us. Yeah, 5 of Cups, Ace of Swords. When you come out of this grief period, there's going to be an idea or an opportunity that guides you out of that space. Like there's going to be a moment where it becomes clear. You receive what you need to receive in order to move forward. But for now, you're still processing what was lost. And remember, we're talking about this group of people that's meant to share. Whether it's writing, music, meditations. I'm hearing it like yoga circle, singing circle. There's something you're meant to share with others that involves your throat chakra, your wisdom, your knowledge, but also through creativity. Books, writing books. I'm hearing Substack, poetry, classes, courses, teaching. We do have the Hierophant here too. There's something you're going to create out of this period of struggle. We have the end of a tough cycle approaches, okay? You're not quite out of it yet. You're still at the threshold. So just let that be some peace of mind. Like, you haven't missed any opportunities, okay? It's just not quite time yet for certain things, but it's coming. The expansion is here. It's like Spirit is promising a glow up, but you have to let the timing do its thing. It's not going to happen if it's not the right timing. Yeah, again, I just feel like I need to say you're right on time. Temperance. Yeah, you're still in the middle of an alchemical process. You're not quite like the most evolved version of you yet for this new evolved version. Oh, and then look, we have at the bottom of the deck, the Fool. Yeah, there's going to be an opportunity on the other side. This is when you walk through the portal, that 0 card, the 0 point. That's where you're at now. Still in the 0 point. You're not yet making the move. You're literally at point 0, which is like they just left. They left somewhere. Where are they going? We don't know yet. That's the rest of the major arcana. But at this point, they've just made the decision to leave, or they just left. And now they're standing at the threshold, the precipice. And in this 0 point, you are alchemizing your ego, literally. The Chariot is a card of ego expansion. It's like a graduation ceremony, okay? Leaving one stage of life to another. Your glow up, your expansion is imminent, but you are in your process. You're in a process, and this can't be rushed. And it's guided by spirit. Look at this card. The around the head, the glow, same as here. You're being submerged in consciousness, in source consciousness at this time. Allow the process. When the tears come, let them come. I'm hearing that's for someone. You can cry every day if you want to. Oh my God. Throat chakra right away at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm just gonna ask for, we're gonna get a couple closing oracle cards. I have to go to the chiropractor. That's why I keep looking at the clock. Virgo, yeah, healing. Healing support. This is a lot of cards. I don't think I'm gonna take all these. I'm gonna take Virgo. Healing and being of service. Yeah, you're going to be stepping into service when you're healed. And that's whatever is aligned with you, whatever your service is. And, you know, painting can be a service. Everything can be a service to the collective, you know? I think just like this is a group of people that whatever you do, it is healing. When people look at your art, they feel nurtured and soothed, or when they listen to your music, or when they read your books, it's like cozy and nurturing and comforting and healing. To perceive, to receive. I just keep hearing like imbued. You're being imbued in source consciousness. I feel like I need to tell you, you need to know that you're loved by spirit, by source, by you. That is you. Mars. Didn't pop out, but wants to be seen. You'll take action eventually. You're taking action now. Actually, I'm being corrected. You're already taking action. Healing is an action too. Ooh, and then Pluto. Yup. Look at where Aquarius is in your chart. Right now we're in a Pluto retrograde that could be affecting you. Okay, let's see what it says about Virgo in the book, even though a lot of you probably already know about Virgo, but. Now is the time for practicality and thoughtfulness. Are you brainstorming for something? Your ideas and creativity are necessary now. You're being asked to take a step back and observe quietly. Virgo is a mediator and can help see what others cannot. Okay. And I feel like Spirit's doing this with you. Spirit's mediating between you and your ego, trying to give you enough intuitive insight to make sure you don't go backwards, because you're meant to create and to share in this new paradigm, in this new space. You're attracting it to you. They don't want you to abandon it now. It's like you've come so far. And also that Hanged Man energy is like getting a new perspective. So some of you may need to, still do some processing mentally, do some journaling, and just kind of like putting things in perspective in more of like a bigger picture way, a more objective way, just observing. Okay, and then we have this Tree of Life card, Bina, Sephiroth. Keyword understanding, exactly, here we go, getting the perspective. Bina is said to be a reflection of the light from the female darkness, yin, and the passive chakma. The generation of Chakma and Baina together, so that'd be the masculine and the feminine, the generation of these two into the divine sparks forms, hold on. The generation of these two, referring to Baina and Chakma, into the divine spark forms, what? I don't understand this sentence. The generation of these two into the divine spark forms all life in the universe. Okay, this is like the Virgo energy in me is like, that sentence made no sense. I need to edit this for you. This is going to skip over that. When this card appears in your reading, you are asked to meditate upon the qualities that this card possesses, which is understanding, okay? Passive understanding and intuitive contemplation are key elements to better understanding the solution to your question. Balance, temperance here, is called for, generally due to a lack of this energy in your life. Focus upon the traits of Baina and allow them to balance you. Then look again at your situation. You may find an answer that did not exist. And the way this is written is really confusing. But what I'm gathering is Baina is, oh, okay. Now I'm seeing. Baina is the feminine. Chakma is the masculine. That's that Cancer energy. So this is tied to the negative, meaning the passive, right? And the darkness, female yin energy. So that is what you're in right now with spirit. Okay, and I talked about this in a different reading recently where I'm getting hot. Every time I channel or do readings, I like sweat. Doesn't that happen to anyone else? Then I'm always like really hungry after. But I was talking about how like maybe you were too far in the masculine for a while of like trying to control everything, and now you're in this deep surrender phase, and that's just like where you're at and in a new type of relationship with the divine. But I think also I was talking about like you need to call the shot still, like you need to tell spirit what you want. You need to hold those visions. You need to tell spirit what you want or where you want to go also, and then let spirit direct you. So needing to surrender to the flow. It's that like set it and forget it type of manifestation where you're not trying to control every single thing or control the timeline. You're like, this is what I want or what I want to do or what I want to experience. And then you trust that the divine will deliver it to you in divine timing. Divine timing. And then we have Pluto. So for those of you who don't know Pluto, I'll read this. So this Pluto is related to Hades, Lord of the Underworld. This isn't about evil, but merely the shadow aspect. Pluto is the mirror that reflects all things and brings all secrets to light. If you have been in denial about something that you know to be true, Pluto's appearance in your reading is telling you to be strong and to accept and acknowledge it. It is time to bring secrets to light, to clear the air and resolve the unresolved, which in turn will help provide healing to you and to those around you. Pluto can be cold, commanding, and dark, but its shadow aspect reminds us that there must always be light and shadow in order to have balance to the cosmic order. You are in an alchemical transformation process at this time, and you can't rush it. And all we can do right now is to try to sit with it and gain perspective, because that's going to help us heal. But this is a testament to your faith, to your surrender. You're receiving the lessons you need right now to embark on this next chapter. And the major decisions have already been made. Okay? And just remember that like where you were at, it was something about it was too limiting and was blocking your abundance and your highest potential. So if you start to get scared and you want to go back, remember you left for a reason. You felt intuitively that you were meant to expand elsewhere, and that's true, and you're still heading in that direction, even if it doesn't look like it. Okay? You were at the threshold. The universe delivered you a challenge. You made your choices, and then the divine spirit protected you through the process and also guided you and also respected your decision. And that led you to where you are now. So you were basically prompted to make a decision. You made your choice. And now the universe is working on your energy. Spirit's working on your energy field. You're being imbued with consciousness, with source consciousness. And you are meant to be of service to the world. You're meant to give through your skills, talents, and abilities. This path is not conventional. You're on the path of the blue wave, whatever that is. Maybe I'm coining that today. There's a group of people called the blue wave that are on the blue wave that are meant to share and transmute and transmit through the throat chakra. So through a lot of creativity, speaking, writing, music, anything aligned with the throat chakra. And you're reaching the next level. You're on the precipice of your next level. And I think that's all I have to say. I saw 50-50 on the clock and I was like, that's it. That's tea. All right. Wishing you guys so much love and light and abundance and just, if you can, try to enjoy this moment. Really sit maybe in meditation and just like soak in that source light and that love that is really you, by the way. The universe acting as you, reflected back to you. All right. Ciao.